my fellow comic book collectors. It's Alan, the Comic Collector Geek, and it's the Monday special, and I'm joined with special guest star or reoccurring host or just the guy that's
reoccurring nightmare, Steven.
Steven, yeah. But now it's part of the banner that is, when you're waiting for this video to start, he is now part of it. It says Comic Collector Geek and Steve. Oh, actually,
Collecto6.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Did you want Collecto6 or did you want Steven? I didn't know which one.
Collecto6 is fine.
Yeah. So if people are wondering who is this Collecto6, well, that guy is Collecto6.
Thomas O'Donnell says, I have arrived. Why doesn't the title say Matt's protege, Comic Collector Geek, and the man, the myth, the legend, Collecto6?
Yeah. Actually, because I was pretty lazy about doing Photoshop, when I did the thumbnail or the thing,
it blew up.
Well, no, it only gives you a certain area to work with that you're allowed to use. So I only had the images that it was Big B McFly that actually created the image for it, right? So it already had my Comic Collector Geek written across in big, which takes up most of the height of the banner. So I had to squeeze your name in. So it wasn't that I was like, oh, this is the most important person is Comic Collector Geek, and then this little.
Now, do you think I'm buying this? No, I know that you want the huge banner with flashing lights, Comic Collector Geek, Alan, and Steven, and Collecto6. Just put it in my eye, carry it around.
You have to use a microscope, not even a magnifying glass, a microscope to see it. It's like a
microscope. And thanks again, Alan. Thank you.
You're welcome. So yeah, I do give you some credit. Very small. Okay, so let's say hi to the chat. Hi, chat.
Hi to the chat.
And we got? K Munin was here first.
Andreas. When do you show when he signed in?
What?
Do you show when he signed in, what time he signed in, or no?
Well, he signed in. I don't know if this is my time or yeah, it is my time. It's signed in at 2:00.
Wow.
He is early. Yeah, it doesn't make much of a difference if you're early or not. It's well, you can at least.
No, it does make a difference. It makes a difference to the people who like to do that, and good for him.
Well, it's good that you got the first, thing, and that's always cool. Yeah. So when I make the thing in StreamYard, it will notify people, and so if you're really quick, you can get that I'm first thing. So I guess he
very good.
Okay. Then we got Eric.
Eric?
I haven't seen him for a while. Actually, it's been a while. I gotta go. I gotta get tickets for that.
Do they sell out or something?
No. But you can get them early and get a little discount.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can get them for free and be like an influencer. Like I did that before, where I could do get a press pass and kind of get in for free. That's a thing I like to do. And then we got Lyle is here, and Matt is here.
I hope that your eyes go very well. I hope your eyes get checked. Everything checks out well, Big Lyle. Mm-hmm. Good luck.
And we got a new channel member as well, Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes, North Carolina.
Yeah.
I'm assuming NC is North Carolina. Welcome aboard.
Or new to comics. NC, new comics. I don't know. I'm just joking. Then we got Mark. Hi, Mark.
Greetings.
Thomas O'Donnell is here.
Thomas.
And we got Rob Saint.
Rob.
And what else do we have here? We have you. I see you here.
Oh, we have you.
You don't count.
We have you.
And then we have Mark. Marshall.
Hello, Mark.
And Jeff Jack.
Big Jeff? Yeah, boy, you guys are getting slammed.
Yeah, I know.
Just Michael?
Yeah, it's weird. Just Michael. Yeah, I was going to say, it's weird. I had another client call from New York, and I guess they got hit hard in New York.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah, we got like maybe a couple centimeters, like an inch of snow, which is nothing for here. Like that's
For once,
like,
thank goodness.
yeah.
You weren't hammered.
But
You weren't just completely
my
drilled.
driveway is still like I haven't shoveled my driveway. Like, but
You know my
it's
feelings on this. I won't go there, but you know my
yeah,
feelings on this.
yeah. I got to get my son to do it. So, and then who else we got here? We got Carrie is here, or Core,
Hello, Core.
and then we got Nathan. Hi, Nathan.
Nathan.
And Big Nasty's here,
Hello, Rich.
and Mickey D.
Mikey D.
Mikey D. I want to say Mickey D.
That's
Mikey
like McDonald's, you know. You go to McDonald's.
Yeah, Mickey D. I had friends that always called it Mickey D. Then we got Chris G.
I haven't seen Chris G. Hello.
That's a new one for me too.
Nice. Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard. And we got Chris Owens. It's like they're coming in Chris's. it's a bunch
Very
of
nice. Hello, Chris.
And then we got Bleeker. Hi, Bleeker.
Hi, Bleak.
And we got Kenny Numbers.
Bleeker, get a hold of Trollfire if you haven't. Give him a. He was trying to get a hold of you. Get a hold of Troll. Okay.
And
Kenny
Dave Sterling. And Job Lot. Wow, so many people.
Job Lot.
And who's this one?
ABZ. It's 0003 in Scotland. Hootman, thanks for coming. Thanks for staying up late.
Hi, Diabetic Superman. And
Soups.
Oh, he's talking about Rob's show. Do you get the reference?
No.
Thanks, Matt, by the way, but I'm not sure about the reference. Maybe when we were talking about the how he said protege of Matt. Maybe that comment.
I'm sorry, I'm a little bit vague.
No. Remember at the very beginning when we were talking about how my name is now on the banner, and somebody made a comment that it's it should be protege of Matt likes comics or something like that.
Okay.
I think that's what it's referenced to. Then we got AG is here. Hi, AG. And
hi, AG.
Aubrey.
Cougar.
Comics. And who else we got here? Max Factor X Factor? X-Men Max. What am I saying, Max? X-Men X Factor 1. Wow. Okay.
Greetings, Factor.
I want to say Max Factor because that's a thing.
I know, it's makeup.
Yeah.
Is that the makeup you use, Alan? Is that the makeup you use?
I use it all the time. And that's why it looks so pretty.
It's not helping. Okay.
It doesn't work at all.
Hello, Callie.
Hi, Callie. And who else? Oh, I guess they got 30 inches of snow in Rhode Island.
Oh, God.
I have a connection to Rhode Island. That's where my mother was born. She was born in Rhode Island, Providence. Providence, Rhode Island. Who's next?
Kenny?
I got Kenny already.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and
Rafaust?
And the Ottawa Comic Con. Oh, okay. I'm confused. And we got Lord of Brooklyn. Hi, Lord of Brooklyn. And
greetings.
Kenneth. I think I got everybody.
Yes.
If I didn't get anybody, tell me. I'll put you up.
Cora wanted to know how many grails are to be found in comic books. In Christianity, there is but one. In comics, there are thousands.
Hundreds of thousands, actually. Hundreds of thousands.
There's a lot. There's a lot of grails, and Grail is a sliding scale.
I did a video about it where I defined all the things like, key, rare comic, like a grail, like a holy grail, a mega grail, big boy books. I kind of had like the sliding scale. I forgot what my scale was, but I think grail was kind of like that 5,000 plus book, or if it's in high grade, kind of thing like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just saying. Oh, and we got Uncle Griff is here too. Hi, Uncle Griff.
Hello, Uncle Griff.
Okay. Do you want me to go? Actually, I'll go first because you got the Grail.
Okay.
Me. Oh, and Archivist is here too. Archivist. Hi, Archivist.
Hi, Jason.
Jason. See, Corey knows that. Okay.
K Munin
Okay.
is saying only he will determine whether it's a grail or not. So I want you to know
Okay.
that we'll have to strain it through his collective.
So you
That has
guys
to be a painful process too.
yeah, in the things, like in the comments, you guys can say, is it a grail or not? If it's not a grail, just say not a grail, or not a, well, you can, I don't know how we can do it, make it simple.
This is my partner. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, no, I mean for all the books. I mean, I think we're going to be showing like any of these early MLJs.
There are a lot of, yeah,
they're pretty big books just on their own.
yeah. It's the MLJs are tough. The early MLJs really are tough. They are.
Yeah, I mean these are rare books. I mean, if you look at the census on these books, it's under 20 for a lot of them, like, or maybe under 30 for a lot of them, I should say. So
they just didn't survive. I think that a lot of these were the victims of the paper drives, and I don't know what the circulation numbers were for them, but I can tell you that even
I think once Archie became a thing.
See, this is different. The MLJ Supers, because they were up against a lot of big stuff.
Yeah.
Archie was by himself. Archie Barfy was by himself.
Yeah. So my point is, like, I think the company really grew after Archie became a thing.
Yes.
And so
they're still around.
And their print run was probably really low when it was like the superhero stuff. Would be my guess.
I would say it was relatively low in comparison to Fawcett and DC and Timely.
Yeah. Like Fawcett was by far the biggest producer of comics in terms of publication numbers. Okay. I didn't mean to get their hopes up. Their opinions are meaningless. Only mine matters. Okay, we'll see about that. Okay.
When are you going to interview him, Alan? I think that it's almost time. Yeah, I'd like to see what books he has. He certainly has an opinion. I'd be very curious to see, find out just exactly what
Lois Lane stuff already. I don't know.
Well, but what I'm trying to get at is I'd like to see where he's coming from, and who better than you to ask questions? What do you think?
I think, yeah. Cade Munin, Andreas, I'd be willing to interview you if you want to come on the channel. I know that he collects a lot of like anime stuff. Anime.
Well, you're big in that stuff too.
I know it all. Yeah.
You know it all?
Yeah, of course. I watch a lot of anime.
You heard it here first, folks.
What I'll do is I'll binge watch like some series, and I'll just watch all the episodes, like
and then you'll know it all,
like Fairy Tail and Naruto and all those ones that have like literally hundreds of episodes. I'll just binge watch it over, like I'll just have the console playing in the background. Yeah. So yeah, but okay, I'm gonna show some MLJs instead of talking about anime. 1 second. Okay, so let's get into it. So I'm gonna show you first some of my Black Hood collection, and this is actually my favorite cover from the Black Hood books. And this is a Kinsler, Everett Raymond Kinsler cover.
Beautiful.
And it's like, the girl in the red dress bondage cover. Just a really cool classic book. I got this for a steal, actually. It's really awesome. Again, one of those heritage auctions. Hi, Cram.
Hi, Chris.
And where, it was after the big auction. This came up. I love this book.
A question. What are the powers of the Black Hood?
He has no powers. He's kind of like Batman. Like, he doesn't have powers. He knows how to fight. He's learned some things. He has a few tricks. He's smart. He's detective stuff out. But he doesn't have any powers. He's like,
I think that in truth, I don't know, except for maybe Steel Sterling or something like that, but the Shield and the Hangman and the Black Hood, I don't think any of them have superpowers. I mean, the Shield has the super suit,
but he died. Yeah, I mean, who is Eddie in the Hangman? His first appearance. Am I?
Yeah, you're freezing up bad. You're freezing up badly.
hopefully I'll try to show a few, and hopefully it'll just tell me if I'm freezing. I don't know why it's doing that all of a sudden. Okay, here's another superhero, the Web. That guy. And this is his first appearance. This is Pep,
those are so tough.
A Zip 27. Kind of a cool book.
Wow.
So yeah. And I actually brought this one. This is kind of
who drew that cover, Alan? You have to say who's drawing these covers. I mean, let's.
Yeah, Irv Novak.
You're frozen.
Irv Novak.
Dang it.
Okay. Irv Novak. Can you hear me?
Irving Novik.
Novik. Okay.
No, Novik.
Tomato.
Novik.
Okay, tomato. Not tomato, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So Novik. Okay, I'll say Novik. Okay. Hi, Bleaker. Yes, we're all freezing here. Am I still freezing?
No, you're good. Go.
Okay. I'm gonna go through these fast so I won't freeze. This next one is kind of like the transition. And it's a cool transition between the superheroes and Archie. And it's this one. This is Pep 47. This is a big book, by the way, because it is that transition. And it's kind of funny because you got Archie's knocked out this other guy, right? And he's kind of like having his arm raised in victory. And it's sort of, in a weird way, this is Archie having a victory over the superheroes, because this cover is when it becomes all Archie after this. There's no more superhero covers after this. So this is kind of the big book, because it kind of marks the transition between the, MLJ being a superhero title company, to being a Archie company. So kind of a big book. Archie comic covers begin in that one. Okay. We got some Jackpot, another one with Steel Sterling and a whole bunch of the characters. Mr. Justice. I don't have any of Mr. Justice's books, by the way.
I didn't even know there were any. I thought he was just a supporting character.
Yeah, but there's a few where he's on the cover and he's predominant on the cover. I mean, those books. He's in his own. He doesn't have his own title, but he was like kind of like the, on the cover in a big way. This one is interesting because this is actually the very first appearance of Reggie, who is Archie's rival. So kind of a major book, but it's also a superhero book.
What is the date on it?
1942. And the cool thing is this is a Bob Matana cover. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we got Hitler. Mussolini is getting crushed by the
gears.
By the gears.
Well, the U.S. production is what it is.
Yeah, U.S. production. Yes, it's the war production, right?
Yeah,
and that's true. That's actually what happened. I mean, the U.S. were able to outproduce the enemies, and that's how they won.
We won. Us, the Allies.
Yeah, the good guys won.
You bet.
We're the good guys. Now this one is interesting. I think this is one of the last superhero covers. This is like a few issues later, where this is at 49. You can see how the transition is now more about Archie, less about the superhero. The superhero's here, and he's just in the imagination.
Look at his face.
I know. So they didn't show the bunny teeth though.
No, they didn't. And who did the cover?
This one is Harry Lucy.
Oh no, sorry. Damned.
No. Sorry. I just saw the Harry and I guessed. No, it's Harry Shaw. Harry Shaw.
Okay. Because I see a signature down there on the.
Yeah, right there. I believe, right? No, sorry,
lower
here.
Left.
Yeah, right here.
Shaw,
yeah. So a really cool one. I actually got this one for a steal too. This was another kind of like lowball bid. and I won it. I was super happy. Got it for half what it sold for every other time. So I was quite excited about this book because I
What
actually
a
really
sad ending to the superheroes and
no.
Pep Comics, and looking under the banner starring Archie Andrews. I mean, they completely capitulated.
Basically, yeah. So by this point, it's pretty much done for the superheroes. I don't think they even in like this would still have like some Archie stories, some superhero stories, but only a few issues later, it was all Archie by that point. So yeah, it was kind of sad.
I have the last. I have a raw, and when we do all our Archies, I have the last Pep that has
With
the shield in it.
superhero. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, one more, and then I'll switch to you. Is a Black Hood. This is Black Hood 13, and who did the cover? I think it's Novik cover as well, or Novik. Okay, Novik cover.
I mean, whichever you
sure
prefer. I'm just guessing. I always call him Irv Novick. That's who I ever. I just.
I don't know. So, but Novik, I'll go with that. And I'm not sure. It doesn't say who did the cover, by the way. It's one of those ones where it could be anybody. But the Black Hood is. I really like the Black Hood. I thought he was a cool character. That's why I'm trying to get the complete run of, like, as I do whenever I get into something, I try to get them all. Okay, so that's actually one more. I'll do one more Black Hood, and then I will switch to you because
I'll do 4, and then you go again, and then I'll do my last 4.
Okay, and we got one more, another one with the girl in the red dress. That's his love interest. She's kind of like the main character, like one of the main characters in the story. It's like, I forgot her name. She's like some socialite that she falls in love with him, and they're always kind of,
Does she know his secret identity?
No, she doesn't. She's in love with so the funny thing is it's very Batman like in terms of the way it works. It's like she's in love with, or it's Superman like, Lois Lane, she's in love with Superman. She's not in love with Clark Kent.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same thing with the Black Hood.
What is the Black Hood's secret identity?
The Black Hood's secret identity is Kip. I know it's like a dumb name, but that's his name. And basically he's trying to get her to like Kip, but she's totally smitten by the Black Hood. Okay. So it's kind of like one of those, it's kind of like Superman that way with Clark Kent.
It's kind of like exactly like Superman.
Yeah. So it's like one of those things, they always fall in love with the hero rather than the secret identity.
Kip Hood, says Archivist Adrift.
Yes, Kip Hood. Yes, I thought that was kind of obvious.
And he says that Jennifer is the name of the Frail.
Is it Jennifer? I don't think so. That doesn't ring a bell. I forgot her name, but it's not. I don't think it's Jennifer. I'll look it up. I thought it was something else. Okay, so I'm going to make you.
Okay.
I'm going to look up.
Hello there. World War II is where we are. The comic book industry went to war, and the United States and its allies went to war. And what I have shown here today, I have these posters that I showed a while ago. I haven't shown them since, and I thought I would display some of them because what we are talking about here is with the MLJ superheroes. We are very definitely during the war. And as the war came to an end...
Barbara Sudden. I knew it wasn't Jennifer. It's Barbara.
Okay, so it's Jennifer. Thank you. And so anyway, here are some of the posters. This is for War Bonds. This is Into Führer's Face, which is from the Donald Duck cartoon, which is a great song, Spike Jones. Here is just a great colored image of punching the Axis by building more stuff. This is a German poster, and it is that is for internal consumption in Germany, and it's the nutty Aryan knuckleheady thing that they did. Terrible. And this is a Nordic one of some description. I don't know if it's Danish or Finnish or whatever it is, but it's all of this script here is in Norhuski, and where Hitler is getting hit on all three sides. And by this time, that's the hammer and sickle of Russia. And so it's the United States, Britain, and Russia that are pounding on Hitler. This one is very, very poignant because when our fleet was crushed at Pearl Harbor, our Navy we had no Navy, hardly. We had carriers, we had some cruisers and destroyers. We didn't have anything. To support and have our tankers and the freighters and stuff. We really were in bad shape. We had nothing to protect. So all of those guys that were over in the Philippines, Subic Bay and Cavite and all of those things. Anyway, I will. But what happened was they were basically like the movie. They were expendable with John Wayne and Robert Montgomery, where they basically and how MacArthur got off of them to go off of that out of there to get to Australia in a PT boat. But then they were all left there and trapped, and they ended up they retreated into Corregidor, which is this island right in the middle, and the Japanese just hammered them terribly, and they basically had to surrender. And then because their culture is that if you lose and you lose face, you have no value. And they basically marched these guys, and so basically to kill as many as they could, they killed 5,200, and it was more than that, in the Bataan Death March. And what they would do is they would actually drive jeeps, or they'd lay their bayonets off to the side and try to cut guys as they would kill them as they drove by. They had no regard for a soldier who had surrendered, because the Bushido code is that you lose your face and you lose your honor. And they were very big on this. The other one I have here is really one of the worst, because this is a German one. And what it is it shows a serviceman, basically a gal getting out of bed, and it says, "While you are away," implying that their wives are all shacking up with other people at home. To try and demoralize our troops. It was war. And when you see these things, they are quite jarring. But they are jarring insofar as they were trying to kill us. And so you can't soft pedal that. It is what it is. It was what it was. And so I will get the...
Yeah, I think somebody said, I forgot where they said it was. I think somebody said it was Hungarian for some reason.
Well, it's hit him in the front, hit him on the left, hit him on the left, hit him on the right, hit him on the chin. But this is what it says.
Or maybe it was
hit the front, hit the chin, hit the ear, blah blah blah. So there you go.
Yeah, I forgot what language that was. I thought, for some reason, I'm thinking Hungarian, but I was maybe mistaken.
Doesn't look Hungarian to me.
Doesn't look Hungarian to me. That's why I just said that. Does anyone know in the chat?
So what do you say, Core?
I can't see the chat. It's not updating for me right now. Is it updating for you?
Nix.
Okay, shoot.
But anyway, that's what it is. I'll put this back.
Oh, okay. Kip Winger. I didn't know what his last name was. I just assumed it was something hood. I knew it was Kip was his name, but I didn't know his last name.
So MLJ, and I think that to Jason said that the MLJ were the initials of the three guys that started the company, MLJ, and I can't tell you, Marshall, Jones, and Schmidlap. That they were the ones that, and so they just use that as their to name their company. So the Shield was the first, and then the Shield. Then, whenever you have any good businessman will tell
Oh,
you.
it's Bob Montana. It's John Goldwater. So Bob Montana was one of the founders, by the way, and Louis. No, that doesn't make sense. Louis Schomburg, Schomburg, or I don't know how to pronounce the last name. That doesn't make sense. Wait, no, that can't be right. Oh no, it's sorry. Bob Montana's not right. Sorry, it's Maurice Cloyne. Cloyne? Cloyne? Coyne.
Coin.
Coin? Okay, coin. Okay, so now you know.
Hello, Biggie Shack. So, so when you have a product and you have a character, then if you have a very successful character, the smart businessman always has a second product to bring in to market. And so they came up with another character called the Hangman. And to me, the Hangman was very interesting because of the way he came into the scene. He got his own title. I only have one of his title. I start with that instead of the Peps. But this is the Hangman, number 6. And this is a very indicative of the kind of, screaming and violence and getting them. And they got these ghouls got them by the neck.
That's a big book, by the way. Just so you know, for people that are watching, that's a big book. Every time I see this one go up at auction, it goes crazy.
I love green covers. And this one is, because with the Shield, with Pep, you generally have a lot of red and yellow. But the Hangman is green. He's green and blue. So anyway, there's that. My earliest Pep is, now these are not necessarily in any order. These are just in the order that I wish to show them to you today. I'm not going to go chronologically. I'm just going to go like it is. It's not that big. It looks like a regular size book. It's this kind of keen observation that the Bleecker Street Comics brings. It's really, really quite something.
Yeah, I think he was joking. I think.
Here is Pep number 19, which I think is in September of 1941. But at this point, we were not formally at war, because if it was in September, then it was probably back into August or maybe even late July when this came out, because they're usually a month or so back. But what you have here is you have the Germans are their brown shirts, which is how the Nazis started. They were the brown shirts, and Ernst Röhm was their main guy, and he had the role basically that Himmler had. But the problem was he was too popular, and he had all these brown shirts, and Hitler, the night of the knives or whatever it was, they basically went, and Hitler's inner circle guys came and they snuffed out a lot of these brown shirts. And Ernst Röhm was evidently, he was caught in bed with a boy. And that's when they caught him and they killed him.
Oh my goodness.
And I didn't know if you knew this, but Herr Goebbels had a club foot. So he was no Aryan perfection at all. Goebbels, the propaganda minister, and he was particularly vicious because he wanted to show, even though he was a clubfoot, that he could be just as vicious as all the other Aryans. These were really bad cats. So, but here they are. The brown shirts are in our country as fifth columnists.
I just had something really weird happen.
What?
I got blocked from commenting in my chat.
You got blocked?
Yeah, YouTube rejected your comment. This usually means that they think it's spam. Try changing it a bit.
What did you say?
All I wrote was I forgot Kip's last name.
Well, no wonder they kicked you out for that kind of a lame comment.
I just
They blocked that?
they blocked it. They like it's so weird. Like, can I make this show? Like, it's so crazy. It's like, why would they
That's
block?
crazy.
I'm the guy that's doing this. I should be allowed to say whatever I want.
Do not challenge our robot overlords. You must understand this.
Wow, that is so weird.
So,
Okay.
but here I have, here they are blowing up a submarine division. And you can see that Irv Novick was the one who did this because he signed the cover.
Mm-hmm.
Criminals everywhere beware, you can't escape the hangman.
I now know the name of the sidekick. It's Dusty. Is the sidekick.
Yes, it is Dusty.
Yeah.
Dusty the boy detective.
Yes, the boy detective. That's right.
He isn't just some random Dusty kid. He's
yeah. He's a boy detective.
I don't know where he got his costume. I know where the Shield got his costume, but I don't know where he got his costume.
Usually in the comics, they always have them making them. In the Golden Age, they'd actually make their own costumes. It was like a thing. Like if you look at the Spirit in Spirit, like the Spectre. I mean the Spectre. He actually makes it with his sewing machine at the very end of the comic. It's like the funniest thing.
And Cora is absolutely right. The exact term was Night of the Long Knives.
Yeah, that's when they killed all the brown shirts.
This one is Pep 35. This is from January of 1943. This is a white pager. Nice. It has a bondage cover, Irv Novick art, and it has a, let's see if it says who's the cover here. It's got a Harry Saul cover. It's S-A-H-L-E. Harry Saul.
Yeah, same is the one that did the other one, actually.
And Harry Saul did this one too.
Okay, very good guy. I mean, I like that cover a lot.
Yeah, Harry Saul did that. He was one of the staff guys that they allowed them to do the covers. They had various different cover artists. But this one is very interesting because you have this tank with Japanese guys in it, and they have a nurse, an American nurse, who has been ravished, who's been lashed onto the side of the tank so that they can't shoot at it. And so the hangman, of course, has arrived by now. And there he is slugging the guy that's coming out of the turret. And we've got big action down here, knocking these guys around.
Wow.
Very frenetic, very, very frenetic cover.
I like the guy in the corner that's getting kind of like his butt, like he's getting knocked so hard that his butt's sticking out.
That's it.
Yeah.
Always very flattering for the Axis, don't you know?
Yeah, of course.
Now, and this will be the last one I have for this portion. This is Pep Comics number 31. I'll have to put on my cheaters here to see this. This has the very first appearance of Mr. Lodge, Veronica's dad. This has a World War II bondage torture cover. Inside there is a decapitation panel.
Wow.
And the cover was drawn by Warren King, who is another one of the cover artists. And this particular book is interesting because this was one of the books that was owned by Frank Bruner, the artist. And I bought this when his collection came out. I got a few of Frank's books. And this one has a very interesting, where Captain Nazi or whatever is getting clocked. And you got this gal, and you got this kind of a brown monkey guy that's cranking this wind or something to hold her up or do whatever's supposed to be happening. There's another guy with a 45 shooting as they come in. It's just wild stuff.
What issue of Pep is that?
31.
31. I'm not sure if that's one of the ones I picked up from Univ. Actually, I think it is. I'm not sure.
But you see, she's lovely and various problems. And the Shield, who is really his uniform is bulletproof, but I believe he's a cop, and he basically dons the costume, and off they go, and they kick butt. And no one would ever recognize the man because his red hair completely flowing, and maybe his real name, his name as a secret entity was Red or something like that. I can't remember. But nevertheless, but this is a really cool, and this has right underneath the last P in Pep has a PS post. I think it's a postal exchange, and I think that this was sold on it was either in the Philippines or something else is where this one was sold. And the back cover, General Douglas MacArthur.
Wow.
Portrait picture. So those are my first four.
Okay. One sec here. I'm going to make myself big. Okay, so I'll show you my remaining books. Got some more Black Hood related ones. So this is a one that I really like. Another Black Hood, but this is through Top Notch. Now, Top Notch is where the Black Hood got his start, right? So this is Top Notch number 16.
19. 19.
Oh, sorry, 19. Sorry, my eyesight. I was reading the back little label and I couldn't really see it that well. But this one is really cool because, you know, you got the skull. That's the name of this bad guy. That's his main nemesis is the skull. And you got the woman, you know, tied to a tree, which is really cool. And
like
they always did this thing. They always did this thing where they would show other characters that are in the book, but not necessarily related to each other on the cover. So you get that kind of.
I think that's Roy the comic boy, or Roy the American boy, or Roy the Wonder Boy. Mm-hmm. Look at his wonderful cape.
I know it's really short,
and he's wearing his little panty shorts.
Yeah, I mean it's just so funny. But
and you'll notice that the branches of the tree have hands on them to grab them.
It has that kind of horror, pre-code horror look to it, right? Where it's kind of like the creepy trees, right?
Yep.
I really like that one. So, and then we got one more raw. I have a lot more raws, but I didn't bring them. I just brought these two. This is just another Black Hood. This is Black Hood number something, number 10. It's kind of interesting.
So he's against an archer or something there, right?
Yeah, it's some archer character. I haven't read that one yet, so I don't know.
But... Hello, Turtwig from very snowy Connecticut. Hello.
Yeah, you guys are getting hammered in the U.S. It's really weird. I guess it balances out for us getting hammered in hockey. I don't know how it works, but and then this is Top Notch 9, which is the first appearance of the Black Hood.
Yeah, Roy the Superboy. See it?
Yeah, right there.
Roy the Superboy.
Yeah. So I think this is kind of cool. As I was mentioning, there's a lot of similarities, a lot of crossovers between his story and Batman. So it's kind of funny that they have the bats on the cover. This has nothing to do with what's inside this book. Like nothing. Not related to what's happening inside the book. But it's a cool cover still.
They had 19 inches of snow in Connecticut.
I know. That's crazy.
Jesus.
I'm glad we didn't get hit by that. I'd be like, oh no.
Well, you guys are in real trouble because what just went over us here in the Pacific Northwest was an atmospheric river.
Yeah.
Now, in the old days, we used to say heavy rain. We will experience heavy rain, but that didn't sound threatening enough for the old people to go to the store and get blankets and flashlights and water. They have to say atmospheric river now because you're going to drown.
So this is another Black Hood. You'll notice a lot of Black Hood.
It's good stuff.
This is like here lies the Black Hood, like his grave, and they're burying somebody that looks like the Black Hood, maybe. The interesting thing is, technically he is dead, because because he was the mobsters, like the Skulls, like 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 guys. They basically shot a whole bunch of bullets into him and left him for dead. So everyone else in the real world thinks that he's dead, but because he was, he was like, there was like a whole story where he's like, he's framed for a crime that he did not commit, that the Skull committed. And so in a weird way, it kind of works that he's dead. So he gets better. He's just he was slightly dead, not completely dead.
Mostly dead.
Mostly dead. No, he was almost dead, but not quite dead. And then he got resuscitated by a guy that lives in a cabin. Just some random guy just happened to be able to put him back together. But yeah. So,
Alan, Jeff Jack says that trade dress takes up almost half the cover. Could you explain why that is, or would you like me to?
So one of the things that they would do on the newsstands, just so you know, is if it's a popular title, they want people to see that title. So they make it big so people could say, oh, I got to get my Black Hood. So a lot of the time they would make the titles really, really big like that. Is that what you were going to say?
That's precisely what I was going to say.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the explanation. Okay. So that's the Black Hood. I think that's my last Black Hood. So the rest are zips and stuff. Okay. So we got Zip. This is another one where you're getting a Nazi punched in the face. Steel Sterling.
Is that a Nazi or a Japanese?
Nazi.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Because you see down below, I think you have both.
Yeah, you got a Japanese guy here, right? And then down here. But this is a Nazi getting punched. This is a Bob Montana cover.
What year?
1943. But this one's a key book because it's the first appearance of Ginger Snap, who is like one of the good girl characters. I really like Ginger as a comic title. It's a cute.
You realize that term, Ginger Snap, which is a cookie.
Yes.
Bob Kane came up with a strip called Ginger Snap, but there was no way you could protect Ginger Snap because of the name, and so there's in two titles. They had two Ginger Snaps.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, that's something new I learned. Okay, cool. And here's another zip. Another Hitler zip, actually. This is another Hitler cover. We got Hitler down here getting stomped on. I don't know if there's Mussolini or anyone else. Just Hitler. Oh, and this looks like Goebbels or one of those guys. Is it Goebbels?
That looks like Goebbels and Hitler.
Yeah, Goebbels and Hitler. What does it say? It says origin and the first appearance of the Black Jack, which is
what's he all about?
I don't know much about the Black Jack, but that's just another one of these superheroes that they introduced. So there was like a whole bunch that I'm not super familiar with, like the Web and the Black Jack, not super like familiar with. But what
about the Wizard? Do you know about the Wizard?
Not much either. Like the ones the ones that I read were mainly the Black Hood and Hangman. So, but I'll get to reading all these ones soon. I do things in binges. I will read like a whole bunch at once when I get the chance. Okay, 2 more Peps and then I'm done my thing. So we got another Pep. This is the first cover appearance of Archie in Pep, if that makes sense.
Yes.
His actual first appearance is in Zip, but he's like one of these little floating heads. And his first full appearance, like full cover, is in Archie #1. And that's actually where Betty and Veronica make their first cover appearances as well. So, yeah. So this is Pep 36, first cover appearance of Archie. And another one where it's kind of foreshadowing what's going to happen. It's almost like he's victorious over the superheroes.
They also, and I believe that he started in Pep 22, did he not?
Pep 22. So this is Pep 36, which is, so I think they're realizing that Archie's the seller of the books.
Roy, David Sterling says that Roy is the wizard's sidekick.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, and last one. And this is a bit of, you're probably going to show this book, so we can almost.
Yes, I will.
You know which one?
Of course.
Okay, so do you want to do twinsies on it?
Well, you do yours and then I'll do mine.
Okay, no, we'll show it. We'll do, like, people like when we do the twinsies. Mine's really rough.
Now listen, no, I don't have it back yet because MT is in the process of restoring my copy of restoring. He's cleaning and pressing.
Needs to be kind of mine. I think mine could be a higher grade. It's not like, the reason it got a low grade is this rip up here, right? You got this rip, and then this just along this side, it's really dirty. If those were cleaned up, I think this would actually grade out quite high.
This
fine has
this one has the double. I have this cover. Mine is a 2.5, and the cover presents quite nicely, but it was absolutely filthy. And what MT told me was that the thing had been in a fire because it had the smell of smoke, like it had been in a fire. And there was food stains and stuff on the inside of the book, and blood stains. Blood stains. Oh my goodness! Somebody was murdered on your book. Someone was murdered on it.
So yeah. So this one's interesting because you got the double hypodermic needles. Like, usually when there's a hypodermic needle on the cover, that's like a big deal. But this is the double hypodermic needle, which is kind of cool because he's doing it like he's kind of making it look like he's a vampire and he's like draining the girl's blood.
Yeah, and the blood is being removed
and put into the bottle.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have posted this book on my wall on Collecto 6,
and with a full story.
And I give you the whole story, so you can see exactly, because I have the cover story inside, and you can see what happens. It's very, very interesting. It's a good story, but mine will be once he's done with it. It will go, and then it will be slabbed, and then I will have it to come back and join the fold.
Okay, so that is the last one. I thought that was a good one to kind of end off with. And I will make you big so you can show your last few books.
Hello. This one is a Bob Montana cover. This is Pep Comics number 37. What does it say? I have to do this.
Yeah, it does have quite a history.
This has a bondage torture cover, which I could have told you that anyway. It has a bondage torture cover, but it's more than just a bondage torture cover. It is an execution cover. The Japanese are machine gunning people there at the wall, and you got a nurse and the servicemen as they saw through them with the machine gun.
Hi, Huda. You missed everything. You missed a lot, but watch the rewind.
This book has, as you can see, if you look at the color strike on these, it's.
Sorry, I was just gonna just the color strike is striking, but it kind of reminds me. You know those True Vision books that I have, where it's the subtle. Everything else is subtle except for on this one, the superheroes are really vibrant, and they almost look 3D.
Yes, and of course they didn't necessarily. Schomburg would always skew the proportions. That's one of his trademarks. In other words, they have like the Submariner and Captain America, and they look like giants.
Yeah.
They're 35 feet tall. That kind of thing. Or the robot on Brick Bradford. I mean, that was one of his trademarks. But but Montana did a beautiful job on this.
There is a bullet bouncing off of his butt because he has steel underwear. That's why he's called Steel Sterling. Not oh,
Well,
that's
I
not.
think
That's,
his name
no,
is the Shield.
that's the Shield. Oh, it's not. Okay, I saw the underwear, but yeah, no, that is the Shield. But yeah, I don't know why is the bullet bouncing off his butt.
Well, because you can't shoot the Shield in the fanny and make it stick. That's just, let's face it.
Wow.
So, but you have this organized execution going on, and in they come to rescue the hangman's coming in, and so it's really just wild, frenetic action.
Hmm.
Now, the number of artists that were there that were doing work, there is an artist who basically went from MLJ to Harvey to Timely to Standard Needor and magazines and pulps, and his name is Alex Schomburg. And this is an Alex Schomburg Pep cover.
Hmm. That's a good one too.
And if you look at these guys, there's no question that this is Schomburg. And he's got the shield, is ramming his fist down the barrel and having it explode at the breech. Don't you guys ever watch me?
I think they're joking because you.
I think they are. But
Alexandro.
Alejandro. But as
Alejandro.
you
Yeah, that's
see,
right.
he has the this is each company. He would have a slightly different style. The Harvey books were very frenetic. The Timely books were very frenetic. The Standard Needor books were more character centric. The Green Hornet, that's another one that he did, was also more frenetic. Most of them. But there's always something going on with a Schomburg
I
cover. I
like the
mean,
fact that he's sticking his hand down the barrel of the.
no, so that he basically so that the shell can't fire and it's blowing up the breech.
I think his arm would be gone, personally.
No, this is the shield. It's all true. So anyway, and this one is from 1940. My
42
God,
or
my
3?
eyes.
Probably
The
43.
blue, April of 1943. Now inside, and I have this one on my wall as well. Um, it has the artist inside this is surprising. Alex Schomburg did the cover. It's a Bob Montana story and Bob Montana art inside as well, because there's an Archie thing in here. Irv Novick, Gil Kane for you, Biggie Shack. Gil Kane is in this book.
Oh, wow.
Bob Fujitani, Red Holmdale, which was the name that we were talking about just a little bit ago here, Alan,
Mm-hmm.
Red Holmdale, and Carl Hubble. So these were
Wow.
these were some of the bullpen artists and writers and artists in the bullpen at MLJ. Now, when you were saying you were going to show we were going to be twinsies, I thought this was this was the one you were going to show. This is Pep Comics number 17, and this is the very first appearance and origin of the Hangman.
I didn't show that because it's mixed into another group of books, so I didn't grab it.
That's all right.
And yours looks much better than mine, so I'd be shy.
Well, he was this has white pages. This is from a collection like the Promise collection with two brothers that went to war. Both of these guys came back. They both collected. It's Jim and John Lake. And if you look, okay, Biggie. You see, this has got John Lake and Jim and John both collected. And so when they came back from the war, they held on to their books, they collected. And then after a while, they sold a bunch of them, but they kept the very, very best ones they had. And they put them into the bank, and they kept them for many, many, many years. And then when the grandchildren finally inherited them, after they were gone, then they decided that they would then sell them.
Oh my goodness!
And so hello, Brittle Page Man. And
I got
so
rejected again from commenting. I can't comment on my own channel.
that'll learn you. But what happens is this. Alan went through the story, and it was on book club, and it got shelled by the boys, but that's, I guess, what happens sometimes. But the sometimes when you have an older book like this and it's an origin, it isn't so much how the book is, it's a matter of what the book is, if you understand.
Mm-hmm.
What is this book? This is the first appearance of the second most powerful character at MLJ, and it's the Hangman. And they wrote a mythos for the Hangman where he was known to kill people, and he would foreshadow that he was coming with a gallows. And
Mm-hmm.
he did a lot of mind games on guys, like he'd catch him and put him in a room,
Yeah, and
and
make
then
them
he'd
think
put
they're gonna
he'd have
die.
this hangman
Yeah.
thing, and I'm going to hang you, and the guy's screaming, and they run. He drives them crazy to get the information. He doesn't care. He's just putting the
Mm-hmm.
screws to them. And so, and a lot of the stories have him that Hitler and Goering and Mussolini and Goebbels, they're all scared to death of this guy. And they say, we got to get him, and they get Captain Nazi. Well, they have their own superhero to go deal with the Hangman or the Shield, in other words. But the Hangman was feared. The Shield was tough, but the Hangman was feared. And
Mm-hmm.
this is the thing that I like so much about it. And the artists that drew, two of the artists that drew the Hangman are two of my favorite Golden Age artists. One, his name is Bob Fujitani, and the other is Harry Lucy.
Mm-hmm.
And so both of these guys drew the Hangman.
Yeah, I mean they did a good job too. Just so you know, if there's a wrench that can unban me from my own channel, that'd be nice. Okay, just go ahead.
You have the power, my friends. If you've got a wrench, if you better find out what Alan can do for you first. On the Shield's
What?
ear is a some sort of a protection for his ear.
Mm-hmm.
Here he is, fellows, the Hangman. And let's see if the artwork is Bob Fujitani.
It would have been nice if the comment was on the first on the cover too.
Which cover? What comment?
The comet. The comet.
The comment. Well, but the comment he was too dead. This is the origin and first appearance of the Hangman. This is July of 1941. So it probably came out in June, thereabouts. And again, I wrote the whole story.
Yes,
they all love you, Alan.
I know, it's like really brutal. Yes, the comet.
Yeah, and I have a pinup back cover of Steel Sterling. Mm-hmm. With the screwy art that went with him when you look at the sort of cartoony faces.
Mm-hmm. And I can't believe, I can never unsee the fact that he has metal underwear.
You fixate on the strangest things. Are you eating poutine again?
I just think it would be really awkward to run around with metal underwear.
Well, I think the uniform is not bulletproof. His fanny is.
Well, that's true.
He's just that tough. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but the thing about this one, the artists on this one, this is great. This will surprise you. You've got the Harry Shorten story. You have Cliff Campbell, Harry Lucy, Sam Cooper, Charles Biro.
Oh, wow.
Bob Wood, Irv Novick cover and art. And the Comet, who is the brother of the Hangman, is the Comet, and he has a girlfriend, and he's fighting crime, and he's trying to do what he's doing, mm-hmm. And they think that his brother, who turns into the Hangman, is in cahoots, and they think that he is the Comet, and they try to kill him. Mm-hmm. So the Comet swoops down and then sacrifices himself weighing
Just
into
save his
them, and
brother.
then he gets ventilated and he gets killed.
Hmm.
And that's the end of it. And in order to avenge his brother, the hangman, he has a hangman's rope around his waist.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll notice that the hangman here is all green, and he doesn't have the very stylish wing collar coming up. This is the first incarnation of how he looked. So, and he came up with this persona, very much like Batman. I want to scare them. Criminals are
Mm-hmm.
a fearful lot. I must find a way to scare them. So he says, I know what I'll do. I'll become the hangman. And the hangman is coming, and he kills guys. My last book is my Grail that I got. In the continuum, in the panoply of MLJ books, there are a few books that stand out over all the rest, and this is one. The survival rate of these is very, very low. And this is the kind of book that this is the kind of book that when a collector gets this book, they don't sell it unless either someone rolled sixes, or it would be something like what my friend Doc did, Man Cave Comics, and I'll explain why. My friend Lee Polanski had this book, and he had showed it to me, and it was at the time it was about a $5,500 to $6,000 book, and at the time that was an ungodly amount of money. But it is a cover that I have always wanted. And so I said, thanks, but I can't do it. So he sold this book to Man Cave. And then he had it for a while. But then when Man Cave started trading books, and when you trade a book, if you're going to trade a book to get a book, you got to trade a good book to get a good book. And he was after Detective Comics 27, which there is one right now up for sale, and it's sitting at $1,680,000 right now. So get your bids in. There's still time to get your bids in.
I missed out. I usually try to put a bid in just to say that I bid on one of those books, but I missed out there. I'm not putting a bid now.
You don't want to be on the musical chairs where it stops on you. Oh no!
Yeah.
No, I didn't mean it. And so what happened was this book became part of the package of traded books to get the Detective 27. So then Yaniv sold it to a guy in Canada who had it for a while. He sold it to a dealer who then put it back up for sale. And then I saw it and I asked Yaniv what he thought of it. And then he said, I think that's the one. As a matter of fact, that's the book I had. The picture in the advertisement was lousy because he says, I still have the actual picture of the book from when I had it. And he sent it to me. And it is a breathtaking cover. Now, this book is a 3.5, but it was in a bound volume. And almost without exception, with a bound volume, they will trim the book. This one, they did not. And whatever binding mechanism that they used was very, very minor, minimal stress on the spine. And so when you have a bound volume and the books are all closed up in a hard cover and live on a shelf closed, the covers never see light. They are always covered and protected. So the color strikes from original is virtually all there, like a mile high. All of the color strike is there. And I will now show you the book. This is Pep number 34 from December of 1942. And here it is.
Another hypodermic needle cover, but this is the bigger.
It's a double hypodermic needle,
mm-hmm.
and he is injecting gas into this poor gal with the skulls and the caricature of the Nazi.
Mm-hmm.
The hangman is screaming his head off, as is the Shield coming in. Now, this cover was produced by Bob Fujitani. So
mm-hmm.
this gives you an idea of what his art is like on the inside on the Hangman stories. Now, I don't know whether this cover will strike you as much as it did me, but when you look at when they were caricaturing and propagandizing the villains, you couldn't have a better looking Nazi villain than this guy with the claws, and all of that.
He almost looks like a werewolf or something. I don't know what he is, but
He's got his teeth are out. He's got his thumb on the plunger, and he's going to inject double needle into the neck of this gal, or probably into her chest somewhere. And it's just a wild cover.
Mm.
So I am very, very thrilled to have this. I traded, and you can see the spine. You can see where it has these little pock marks. You see, that's where the binding was. So, but it's not. It isn't. And the back cover is also full color. Super electric football. So it super doesn't work. But what you have here is this is one of the wildest covers in the Pep run, and right in the heart of the war. And so this is and I traded away. I had a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1 first print 7.5. I had Silver Surfer 4 in an 8.5, Silver Surfer 3 in a 7.5, Silver Surfer 1 in a 6.0, Graphic Fantasy #1, which is the first appearance of the Savage Dragon, signed by the 3 creators, and in a 9.6, and then the first appearance of Psylocke in the British comic, Captain Britain, in a 9.8 slab, and then a book called Killers, but it was an Ogden Whitney cover. It was one of only 2, and it's basically people being murdered on the cover. It's really cool. So Yaniv got all of those so that I could get this. So he went and he worked a deal with this guy to get this, and now it develops that the Graphic Fantasy has already changed hands with Jordan Seymour of Semper Fi Comics, and so he has it for sale right now for $7,500. So I think I've got a little credit working here that I'm going to try and squeeze my friend Yaniv if I'm going. And there is another book that I'm thinking about going after, which shall remain nameless until I can make it happen. But it is not. I have a lot of the mainstream books, but these esoteric ones, these wild, hard to get esoteric covers, are the ones that push comes to shove. I mean, if you buy a book like this, then if you're looking, let's say like what Man Cave did, he says, I really want to get that Tech 27, and I have to pull out all the stops so that I can swing it. And this is the kind of a book that the dealers love to get, because this is a book you just don't see. Anyway, that's how the whole thing unfolded, and I'm thrilled as I can be.
Very nice, beautiful book. Yeah, I mean that's to me definitely Grail. You look that book up, guys. It's it's crazy expensive, even with just barely a piece of it. So yeah, just a great book. I always love that cover. I've seen it maybe 3 times, either at auction or available on eBay. Always goes for crazy money. It's just a hard book to get. People people will bid that book up like really, really high.
Because the chances of you getting one, and then the defects that you can have with the grade, that, in other words, I buy the book, not the cover, not the label.
Yeah, I mean you're lucky. It's just the spine that has the issues.
It's just right on the edge of the spine, so that the entire cover image, the corners, look at the corners.
I know, all crisp.
The corners are just because it sat in it wasn't trimmed. And that's the thing. If this had been trimmed, I would not have bought it. Yeah. I just can't get by trimmed. I can't. That's why I sold my Phantom Lady to get the Detective 31.
Like, that's why I never really got bothered by it. Like,
well, I know a lot of people aren't bothered by it. I'm just saying, for me, I just can't. It just got
annoying, me. But yeah,
it really nailed me on the Phantom Lady 17. It devastated me. And ladies and gentlemen, I do that right. I did that. I saw it for the first time with its purple label on a live broadcast with Alan, where I started to almost cry. And Alan said, he goes, "Go ahead, you can cry. Go ahead, cry." And he says, "It's good television." And I said, "Well, you creep, what are you talking?" And so then the other day they were saying, "Alan, can you tell us something about what one of your favorite broadcasts are?" He says, "Well, the one when Steve was almost crying. I think that's one of my most favorite ones." Ladies and gentlemen, this is my partner, Alan.
That's why you're the small title, right?
That's why it's like, Comic Collector Geek. It's Collecto 6. But this is the baby.
Okay, cool. Good stuff. Okay, so that's it for this week, guys. Stay tuned till next week. Some more big books, some more cool stuff are going to be happening next week. And somebody gave $10. I didn't even see that. Thank you, MT CMX. I can't make it go big, but yeah, thank you for that. Thanks for the $10. It'll go towards my getting that book.
It may be a while.
It might be a while. But yeah, so hopefully I want to make a trip to Toronto and get my books. I have so many big books, you wouldn't believe, sitting in Toronto waiting for me. So yeah, so I want to go there. Yeah, so that's it for this week. Thanks everyone for watching and hanging out with us.
Thanks everybody. Thank you very much. We appreciate you coming. We appreciate you coming very much.
And we'll see you on Friday, because we'll do the Friday hangout, and Stephen has some pretty cool books to show on that as well. So should be fun. Okay, bye everyone.
Bye-bye.